Shauna and Jody here with Real Sisters, Real Talk.
We're glad to have you joining us as we talk about growing in our faith with God.
Welcome back to Real Sisters, Real Talk. I'm Shauna. This is my sister Jody, and we are so glad that you are here as well. I have to tell you, I came across this really, I think, very fascinating piece of information through my work, and I'd love to share it with you because I think we could have some fun processing it out. I work for Moody Radio. I have the midday national host, but I'm also the assistant producer for the national morning show. And part of my job is to help come up with the themes and the ideas of what we're going to talk about on what the hosts are going to talk about on the morning show. And so I was doing that, preparing for a meeting that we were going to have, and I just asked AI, over the last 3 months, what is the most common search? What are people putting in the search engines? And the answer was YouTube, like hands down, YouTube.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
But also not satisfying. So I was like, okay, what are people searching YouTube for? And the data report that came back was people are searching YouTube for entertainment, for artists, you know, that sort of thing, entertainment, for personalities that they follow to listen to them and see what they're doing. But also like, how do I do this? How do I do that? I need to change a tire. Teach me how to change it.
Yes.
Like, DIYs and, you know, information that they need and that sort of thing. There's a deeper dive underneath it. I just kept poking because that's what I do. Like, what's under that? But what's under that? But what's under that? But I found it so interesting that, I mean, before YouTube, I called mom. Like, my baby has a diaper rash and I don't know. And now you can just diaper rash. 3-month-old, you know, I use Huggies, blah, blah, blah.
You can even take a picture of something and say, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
Or what is this? Right?
We live in an entirely different world. And so my curiosity in that, in YouTube being the mom, YouTube being the friend with the expertise, like, shoot, I don't know how to change a tire. Would you mind coming over? Or can, you know, I guess I need you to come over because my tire doesn't work. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, instead of getting together and having relational time and being reliant on someone, there's so much behind the stories. My brain's just spinning, but I'm like, I would have to call somebody else. I would feel like I was inconveniencing somebody else if I asked for the help. I would probably have to humble myself and say, I don't know how to do this, instead of just anonymously going on YouTube and saying, I need help. I just think there's stuff that reveals how we're living today, and I think there's definitely some things that we're missing in going to YouTube.
So in the context of what you were just talking about, like the things I'm thinking that you're missing, like, you know, what do I put on a diaper rash? You'll get information, but I feel like the thing you're missing is, oh, honey, that's normal. Most babies get diaper rash, and here's what you do. It's going to take a couple days to go away, but it's going to be okay. And if it's bothering them, here's what you can do. Maybe give them a cool bath and
let them be bare bottom a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay. Just put them on a blanket. It's going to be okay. Like, you're missing that.
Yeah.
Kind of some like soul care a little bit.
Yes.
Like changing a tire. You know, Johnny will say, you know, as much as like I love to go to coffee with a friend or a sister and sit down and talk, he's like, I'd rather be riding a mountain bike next to somebody, and then we can have the conversation. Like, you know, it's a shoulder to shoulder kind of thing. The conversation that takes place when you're doing something side by side. I mean, yeah, as I'm saying that, isn't that what discipleship is?
It is. It's the side by side. And I'm also thinking, you know, there's you have the soul care part that comes with it, but you also have you're not alone.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
You're not carrying it. If I go to YouTube and I look for the information, there's nothing in me that feels like I'm not alone in this journey anymore.
I'm still standing all by myself.
But if I call my friend, likelihood is that in a day or two, she's going to be like, how's baby's bum?
Yes.
You know, how's baby's bottom doing? You know,
right?
Or whatever the case may be, there are things that God intends for us to experience in relationship that YouTube cannot provide for us.
Absolutely. I'm even thinking about the changing the tire. The truth is, like, I could watch a YouTube video on how to change a tire. Dad taught us that, but like even as my husband taught me, if you ever get in an emergency and you need to get this changed, or you need to, get out of the situation you're in, one, he would just tell me to drive off with it, a mess.
Yeah.
But he's taught me like certain tricks to do. If the lug bolt won't loosen, do this, and that will help get it. So like if he's beside my son or my son-in-law with something like that, or changing oil, he's like, okay, well, if it doesn't release, do this. Tap on this, do that, use this kind of a tool. Where YouTube's not going to do that. They're not going to troubleshoot the little tricks and those kind of things. It's not that intimate. It doesn't have the intimate piece to it.
There's another relational piece that's just coming to mind right now, but when we lived as newlyweds, we lived in Iowa for 6.5 years. Then we moved to Arizona for 9.5 years, planted a church there, then Michigan. So when we were at our first church in Iowa as newlyweds, I was 23.
Right.
Just so young and so green, and I had the opportunity to be with women who were seasoned and farther ahead in the journey and learn from them, and it was such a blessing. Then we moved to Arizona, we planted a church, and I was the old
in
mom.
that community.
In that community.
Yes.
And it was in my 30s. But we had so many young moms, and it was not unusual at all for a mama to call me. I even had I got a 2 o'clock in the morning, he won't nurse, and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
And I had the privilege of stepping into the moment, stepping into the home and saying, as the old mom of 4 babies,
yes,
let me help you to get a good latch, or let me help you to, you know what I mean? So let me be with you in this moment, and help. And I hope that she received, you're not alone in this, I'm here for you, I'm available. But I received something out of it, Jodes. It was my joy to be like, if I can, I will help. Not that I'm the expert on all things, not that I have all the answers, but there was a mama role for me in that brought me great joy too.
And I'm sure that when you walked in the door, her tension probably released. Like, oh, somebody's here. Somebody's going to help me carry this load. Like, there's just something about that. As you were saying that, you said this in the very first part. I feel like a burden when I ask for help with things. And so then the result of that is then I try to do things on my own so that I'm not a burden to somebody else. But I think when I think about, I have a dear friend I'm walking with right now. I just love her. And she has said, I know you're busy and it's taking time to meet with me. And I'm sorry it's taking time. And I said, I find great joy in our time together. You have no idea how life-giving this is to spend time with you. And it is my joy to be on this journey with you and to come alongside you as you're seeking the Lord in this season of life. Like, this is great joy. And I would hate for her to rob me of being a part of this season of her life, of, being able to point her to Christ. But I'm willing to rob somebody else of that joy where I could be asking for that because I don't want to be a burden. There's a miss, I think, in that of seeing the value in relationship and seeing myself as a burden.
Which that could be a whole other conversation.
Seriously.
Too, because that really resonates with me. I feel that too, not wanting to put anybody out. I mean, I think we did a whole episode on just God revealing this fierce independence in me as sin. So if this is a tangent, we can get right back. But for me, I know that my fierce independence keeps me from clinging to and relying on him.
Yes.
And my fierce independence keeps me from relying on anybody else. And there's a connection there. God wants both for me, us, to be in relationship with each other and in relationship with Him. So wherever there's something that keeps me from that connection, that relational connection, I feel like that's worth being curious about and looking at.
Yeah.
What's keeping me from, reaching out.
Do you have any insight to what that might look like?
What do you mean? Tell me more.
What's keeping you from, like, in a scenario? I mean, we did talk about, like, I don't want to be a burden is keeping me from reaching out. I'm just thinking there's probably a lot of things that could be filled in there.
Well, it's pride in a nutshell.
Right.
I mean, sorry, that was real abrupt. but I do, for me.
We'll close it up right now.
That's a wrap. For me, it's pride.
Yeah.
Why would you not admit that you need help,
right?
Let somebody help you? I mean, I've told this story before, but when I was in Africa, there were so many very kind people that offered to take my bags for me. And I was like, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I'm trying to make it up the stairs of the airplane.
But you got it.
And, I didn't check any luggage. So everything I brought to Africa for the entire trip, I'm hauling on my person.
Yeah.
But what is the resistance? I don't want to be a burden.
Yeah.
I can do it myself. I've been saying that since I was two years old, right?
Yeah.
I do it myself.
I wonder if I ask for help, it's going to reveal which is the pride thing, a shortcoming in myself.
A weakness.
Or I might even have to share something that I want to keep hidden.
I think part of it, that's good. Sorry, my brain is going.
Yeah.
I don't mean to override that. I just realized for me too, I think part of it is that I just lost my thought. This is the second time this has happened to me in 2 days. Because I had to apologize for interrupting you. I didn't mean to not hear what you said.
No, that's good.
Okay.
This is a perfect example of we've had a lot on our plate in the last 8 days.
Goodness.
And so capacity just, gets altered a little bit. And grace, right?
Yeah.
We just have to extend grace. Boy, would we like to not look like we need help right now.
Wouldn't we? Wouldn't that be so great?
Because it's kind of hurting the pride when we lose our train of thought. And
yeah.
If I could help you, sister, I would jump right to it.
I know. It's the not wanting to be weak or not wanting to, be seen as having any flaws, being fiercely independent, the pride involved. And if the other thought comes back to me, I'll share it with you, but it's just not coming right now.
I think there could be so many reasons that we do that. But we've talked about this a lot over the years of the podcast, is we want to appear a certain way. There's a protection that comes in that. And we want to kind of look like we're holding it together. And that's, we weren't created to do life alone. The Trinity is a perfect example of relationship, right? We look at Jesus' example. He had 12 disciples, right? He walked with. We're supposed to do this journey in relationship with others. And I think there's I know we're all different in personality. There are introverts, extroverts. I know that. I know that we're fed different ways, but I also know that we are not to be alone. And I know there are times in my life when I can be surrounded by people and I feel very, very alone. Like I am in it all by myself. And that's really hard. I'm going to say this, even in this journey we've been in this last week with our mom and some of that, there's times when I think all of the world has gone on with life. And people I'm passing by have no idea the stuff that's going on in my head right now and what I'm dealing with. And that is true for every single person that's walking by me. I don't know what's going on in them. So, we've talked about interactions at Costco and Trader Joe's. Like, my prayer in this moment, Lord, help us to see what you're up to in the people's lives around us. Help us to see them the way you see them, because I want to be present for them in a way that they won't feel alone and feel like they're all by themselves. Because we all know what that feels like.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah.
We were created to be in relationship with the Lord, not to be alone ever. And he promises he's never going to leave us. He's never going to forsake us. We're not in this thing alone. But then he also created us to be in relationship with each other.
Yeah.
And so often the thing, when you enter in with somebody else, it may not be about you and it's still for you.
Yeah.
Like God has something for you in it, even if it's not about you. When you're talking about the people not knowing what's going on in your world, I remember so specifically being at Costco after Dad went to heaven and passing by the flowers, and we had gone to Costco together, the mom and the 4 girls, and bought roses to bring to the cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
And so just like that, I passed by I'm in my Costco in Michigan, but I passed by the roses and it just starts flooding back, and grief doesn't let you schedule it. It just is. And so it was all happening, and I just remember thinking that exact same thing, like, I just want to just like stop people and be like, my dad died. My dad died. I'm sad. You know, it's just like but it's true that every single person there is got their own thoughts, their own feelings going on, and carrying it probably through Costco on their own, but we don't have to.
We don't have to. We need to invest in relationship. And then bottom line is, if you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you have the Holy Spirit as a deposit in you. And so you are never alone. You are never alone. And so that moment when, Shauna, you crossed by those flowers and you're like, but my dad died, and all of that is coming back. Do you know who that can go to? Lord, nobody else here knows what's happening in my life, but you know my hurt. And that just triggered a whole lot of emotion because you took Dad home and he's with you. And I can celebrate that. And I know, Lord, that you are with me right now. You are holding me in my grief, and you have got me. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It reminds me of my granddaughter, 3 years old, was feeling afraid, or something. I don't remember if it was she was feeling afraid at night, or something happened when she was in the nursery. And my daughter-in-law, Kellen, said to her, well, Faye, you know that you're never alone because Jesus is in your heart. And I just, like, as she was sharing that story with me, I'm, for one, bursting in pride, and then also just melting that as my granddaughter is learning that she is never alone. And at 3 years old, she needs to learn that. And at whatever age you are, you need to hear that today.
Yeah, so true.
As a believer in Jesus Christ, when you have the Holy Spirit as a deposit in you, you are never alone. He will never leave you. If that's a word you need to hear today, would you please repeat that to yourself over and over again? We are meant for relationship. So if you're not a part of a church community, if you're not a part of a Bible study, I want to encourage you, step into a community so that you can build that community and build relationship, and lean into that relationship with God, because he is always present. He wants to be on this journey with you. And you're never alone. I
have something I got to share.
Yeah.
And you have something to offer. So you might think, well, nobody's going to call me because I don't know how to change tire and I don't know what to do about diaper rash, or whatever the case may be. You might feel like you have nothing to offer. So I'm working from home now, but prior to that I was working at the radio station. And the engineers, like, who, I don't even know, like, build, work with the airwaves and build the
engineer
towers,
stuff.
They do all the smart engineer stuff. We're coming to work on we had an entire room that had to be kept at a certain temperature to keep all the machines, working well and everything. And they were doing what they do, which is so outside of my pay grade. Like, I had no idea. Anyway, we have an espresso machine in the station, and they were getting coffee, and they're like, they did not know how to use an espresso machine. This was my shining moment. I walk into the break room and I flip, boom, boom, make them a cup of coffee and show them how to do it. And they're like, oh, wow, that's great. Thank you, Sean. And I was like, out on a high note. Like, I cannot believe I just taught
an engineer.
The engineers who are so brilliant and so good at what they do, I actually had something to offer and it felt phenomenal.
Yeah.
You definitely have something to offer, and it might surprise you even at the moment in who you have to offer it to. But if we have to be alongside people to be able to offer what we have to offer.
Yes.
So in your encouragement to be in community and to step into being in relationship with other people, like I know it makes a really cute t-shirt. All I need is, my Jesus and my mascara, whatever, or my cup of coffee or whatever the case may be, or my dirt bike or whatever your thing is. But we were created for a relationship, and we do need each other, and you need other people, but they also need you, and you have something to give them that you may not even enter into the relationship knowing you have to give until the moment presents itself.
And that kind of leads me to even just say, we know this is pretty one-sided. Shauna and I are the ones in here talking, and we are so honored that you would join us and listen in, but we also love to hear from you. We feel like this is a community, and we get such great joy when we get a message from you. And so if you want to reach out, you can reach us at jodieandshawna.com. That's a website. In the top right corner, you can click contact us, and it brings you to our email, and you can share what you're learning, something that you're being challenged in, maybe something that God is revealing to you right now. We love to hear those things, even if it's something like, try this with your sourdough. We think it's so fun.
We do.
So you can reach us at on Instagram and Facebook at Real Sisters Real Talk as well. But we love to hear from you. Remember always, we serve a real God, and He really loves you.